look at the Wilderites. What you want to call them?
God, man.
The Wilder fucking,
Yeah,
you know what?
the fans.
Okay, those guys absolutely believe that Deontay Wilder matched Muhammad Ali's 10 defense. They bought that shit. They believe that shit. They absolute difference was Muhammad Ali was the heavyweight champion. This guy held the title. It's a big fucking difference. Big is night day. But these are the same guys who told you what the fuck is lineal. What the fuck? That don't matter. That ain't no real time. Right. So that right there cuts them off at the knees. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. What you mean? What's the title goes back to John L. Sullivan? Are you out your fucking mind? So they believe that. They absolutely believe he was the hardest hitting heavyweight in the history of the sport. Why? Because they watched him knock out several people. Don't matter who they were. Doesn't matter that they shouldn't have been in the ring with him. Whatever.
Right.
Now, they believe that so much, bro, that when a fighter came along that absolutely schoolhoused him in the first fight. Schoolhoused him. I mean, beat him in every fucking facet of the game for 10 of 12 rounds, right? Got clipped, got up, and really won the rest of the round, but you know what it is.
Right.
They absolutely said, all right, our guy had a bad night at the office. It happens. That's fair. That's fair. But you only believe that because you believe the other shit. Right. So now he gets in there with the rematch, and the better fighter goes, you mean to tell me I could fucking box this motherfucker like a Christmas gift, and y'all gonna tell me I didn't win? All right, watch this. Dominates this kid. Actually abuse him, and I believe he's a changed man. That's what I believe. I believe that ass whooping was so bad that you're different now. That's what I believe. So he can't take his loss because undoubtedly Wilder believed the shit too. Deontay Wilder believed he matched Ali's title. Right. Deontay Wilder believes he's the hardest hit.
It's hilarious. It's laughable, man. It's laughable.
So when a guy says, "Look at his gloves," look at it. Oh, look at Mark Breland. You told him don't never stop a fight. He stopped the fight. Look at Andre Durrell. You heard him? I heard him. I heard him say stop the fight. Yeah, because he cared about you. He cared about you. He was saying, bro, this kid's getting changed. And all the excuses, it doesn't matter. We ain't gonna talk about this. Everybody knows the excuses.
Yeah.
So now that's what I'm saying with the PBC model. So now you fluff the guy up, and Deontay Wilder, bro. Let me give him a good thing. Let me say this about it, so people don't believe I'm hating. Hating. He was absolutely a fighting man, because I've seen him hurt in several fights and kept punching and kept trying to win, and he fuck around and land that big one, right? So he's not a coward. He's none of that shit. He's very simple. He's a very simple motherfucker to believe.
Very simple. Very simple.
But I'm not going to pretend like he wasn't in those fights behind and kept on plugging away.
I'll also say, the reason I'm not a fan, and they can call me a hater because I really don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. But the reason I'm not a fan of the guy is because of his lack of character.
Well, that we didn't know that to this.
Yeah, and it took this to find that out. See, because before that, I was okay with the guy. I thought, like you, he's a simple guy, but hey, he's a warrior. He goes out there and fights. He knocks people out. He's entertaining. Now, did I think he was anywhere near a Muhammad Ali? I mean, I think you have to be just a gullible idiot to think that kind of thing. But after what happened with the Fury rematch, I said, my goodness, all these excuses, and I can't deal with it. As a fan, I can't deal with it. So
the biggest letdown was this. I wasn't a fan, so it wasn't a letdown. It wasn't like I expected more. But the biggest letdown for me with Fury, and when Wilder, was when I said to myself, I said, this kid, he got fucking beat up real bad. I said, I can't wait Because remember, he went radio silent for months. And I said, all these guys are saying all this bullshit about the gloves and all this silly shit. When we fought Carlos Rivera on a Lomachenko TO card, I went live while he's getting his hands wrapped. I showed the inspector. I showed the other gym's representative. I showed the guy rapping him, and I showed Quentin. And they all looked at me, "What you doing, coach?" I said, "I'm showing these fucking idiots how we can't even do that." So you think a multi-million dollar guy could do that when everybody's in there?
Do you know that even for us, I mean, we're using the same size gloves, right, as a kickboxing promotion. Do you know that the main event gloves have to be like new, like in the bag?
Sealed. Yeah.
Like sealed in the bag.
When we fought,
like what are we even talking about here? Like,
it's insane, bro. It's insane. But they know I don't. I'm in the business, and they know, but I don't. Now
I don't waste time with people like that, man.
So I was just waiting. This is what I think. I said, all these guys, they just fanning out. They fans. They love their guy. Nothing wrong with it. I love my guys, whatever. I said, but when Deontay does come out publicly and goes, fellas, look, don't, that shit's silly. We gonna get him in a rematch and support me like that. I just knew that's what was gonna happen. I knew that's what was gonna happen. That motherfucker came out and said, not only did this is the funniest thing to me. You wasn't concussed from getting punched in the fucking head. You were concussed from having muscle relaxers in your water. That's what. Do you realize when you get punched in the head, your shit ain't working right no more?
That your own coach put in the water.
And then he went further and said, "Look at my head. Look at this dent in my head. That's from the egg waste." He put an egg weight in his gloves. Are you fucking serious, bro?
Or was the glove hollowed out? I mean, you can't have both.
None of that shit makes sense. But here's the thing. Once he did that, I was like, oh, you have no character, none whatsoever. I'm like, and then so then I start thinking. I go, Shelly Finkel knows better than that. Al Heyman's got to know better than that. And I know Jay Diaz knows better than that because he was fucking sitting there. Rather than tell this guy, chill, y'all gonna let him publicly disgrace himself like that outside of his fan base. Y'all gonna publicly let this guy disgrace himself. Hell, if he don't listen that much, at least tell him, but don't say it. Yeah, champ. Yeah, champ, that happened. But don't fucking say that shit, bro. And nobody, that let me know that Wilder was heading his own fucking deal. He's the and then when Breland finally made a statement that said, bro, we used to go to the gym, and Jay Diaz would come to the gym and say, the champ's having a bad day. He don't want none of y'all to talk to him.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out.
You didn't read that? You didn't see that?
I saw that. I saw all of that, and I couldn't believe I could believe what I was reading. It all made sense. It all made sense in the end. The guy needs help, man. The guy needs help, but I don't know if you can help somebody who has no character. That's something, you're brought up with, man.
So now, yeah, it's like floundering. It's like a fish out of water, and he don't know how to deal with it, so he's latched on to this shit. Now, I don't know his trainer. I don't know none of them guys, but I know them guys are facilitating that shit. Now, Wilder bears his own responsibility for the shit he does. I'm not blaming no grown adult motherfuckers for another adult shit. But you mean to tell me you have no friends, bro? You have nobody. You have nobody that's if I was Deontay Wilder's trainer, first of all, this shit wouldn't happen, or I'd have been gone.
Yeah.
The minute you come in the gym talking about, first of all, if you my fighter, can't nobody come tell me about my fighter any fucking way. But second of all, motherfucker come in there and say, Coach, Q's having a bad day. You can't talk to him. I'm gonna say, excuse me. Yeah,
I would love to see your reaction.
Q said him and his gal was arguing last night, and he's gonna just come do 3 rounds on the bag, but he don't want you to tell him nothing.
Oh my God!
I would love for Quentin to say, somebody would say that. Because here's why. Fuck, it ain't nothing to do with tough guy shit. It ain't got nothing to do with tough guy shit. It's got something to do with respect.
Where does that, in what gym is that allowed? In what gym is that allowed? Oh my God.
So you say, Joe, shout out Joe, the Dutchman say, so you're saying Wilder isn't going to look like the second coming of Ali in the third fight? Question mark.
Oh my God.
he ain't going to look like Muhammad Ali. He ain't going to look like any Ali I know of.
He's going to look like Ali G.
Ali G. There you go. I'm trying to think about Ali G. But here's the thing. So it's really shitty of the guys who earn a living off him, not the guys he feeds. I ain't talking about them. I ain't talking about the guy he bought whatever.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this though. This is my opinion. What's happening now is karma.
Yeah.
And any promoter, trainer, advisor, coach that's still working with him at this point is just cashing out. They're just cashing out. Because me personally, I said to myself, I thought about it, if it was one of my fighters and I was at this level, where PBC is at or whatever, and I'm Al Heyman, do I keep working with this guy? I don't after that. Because he's a recluse.
Not if he don't cut the shit. Right. Not if we don't have a meeting and you cut the shit. Right.
He's a loose cannon and we could end up with legal issues. Like I don't want to deal with that. So I said to myself, but I'm also not, a whore for money. So this is a cash out. For me, it's a cash out.
Here's what I mean. I'm not talking about his flunkers. I'm not talking about the guys he bought cars for and a gold chain and helped them with whatever. I'm not talking about those guys. Those guys, that's what they are. They come around for that and they loyal. Yeah. They gonna be as loyal as the money is. I'm talking about the guys who's in business with him,
right?
And gets a big percentage of what he's doing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and they allowing that dude to do that shit, man.
You know why? Because they're just gonna collect at the end.
At the end of the day, and guess what? I'm gonna feel sorry for the kid. I'm gonna say, kid, you had no fucking friends, bro. You had no fucking friends. And when you get the snot beat, how now he's got enough money, bro. Wilder could walk away, I'm sure.
Good for him. Yeah, good for him. Yeah.
Certainly. He don't gotta take interviews. But he wants that third fight. He believes he was wrong. Great. Go down there and do it. And let's see what happens. But this shit is insanity, bro. And it really shows me that there's a big faction of fight fans that aren't fight fans. They are fighters fans. And outside of that circle, they really can't see the forest for the trees. You know what I'm saying? It's like
100%.
It's like, you can't if you're so locked into some bullshit that you can't actually and fuck me. You might don't like me. I'm not a likable guy. So you might fucking another guy inside the sport, find another insider, and he goes, dude, it's like, stop that shit, bro. Don't say that shit publicly, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
That's listen, boxing is a dirty business, bro. In the front, you don't need to make up extra shit. It's enough dirty shit going on constantly in these models, in these business models that we don't need extra.
Do you think though that anybody can sit down with the guy and tell him, hey bro, don't say that shit?
That had to be done.
After he buried his own coach and defamed his own coach. And I'll tell you something, it's not just Mark Breland who he shit all over, right? It's everybody in Tyson. It's Tyson Fury. It's everybody in his corner. He brought up Ricky Hatton, man, a guy who's been in this sport for decades. Andy Lee's in that corner. Sugar Hill Stewart is in that corner. Kenny Bayless is a crab in the bucket. I mean, I mean, nobody got away from this ridiculous conspiracy theory. I mean, he just shit on everybody. But, you know, Mark Breland, that's your own coach, man. And then Andy Lee and Ricky Hatton. I mean, these are legends of the sport. So if he's going to do that to those guys, I mean, I mean, you would really need a divine. It would have to be some sort of divine intervention, if you ask me, for him to say, "Oh, okay, my bad." He's gone.
No. He won't never recant that shit.
No, he's gone, dude.
That shit had to be stated back when he first was saying it. You know, somebody had to be shake his ass up and be like, "Dude, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?" Our guy was sitting there. Our guy is sitting there. So is he in on it? What the fuck are we doing, bro? So now, which leads me to this.